And we are live. Hello and welcome. First and foremost, if there is somebody else streaming that you want to watch, feel no obligation to be here. Is a lot going on today. So, hello, Ponded More. I appreciate you showing up. Um, for those of you that aren't aware, Sharpie's Models and Aquatics is also streaming. So, feel free to check that out. And of course, Aquarium Co op is streaming, which is where most people are going to be. Um, it's one of those things that there's always going to be someone live, especially like on a holiday like today. There's a lot of chaos. Thank you, Pond, for the audio video check. I appreciate that. Um, hey, how are you? I always want to pronounce it Beaner family. If that is incorrect, please let me know. And Griffin Fishroom is here. Hello and Merry Christmas. Fish Tropic, hello. So yes, several people going live. So by all means, don't feel obligated to be here. But nonetheless, I was set up. I wanted to stream, so we're going to stream. And there's no reason you can't have both open and support multiple people. I mean, I've still got Sharpie stream running on another tab. So no reason you can't do that. That being said, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I know for some of our viewing audience in other parts of the world, it is no longer Christmas, so I hope you had a Merry Christmas. If it is still Christmas for you, Merry Christmas to you. Did anybody get anything, fish related, YouTube related, anything just cool that you want to share out? Anything maybe you've been wanting, but really didn't want to go out and get yourself. Something cool you want to share with us, by all means, let me know. I'd love to hear about that. One thing that I did get, I haven't gotten to play with it yet, but it is like a mini projector. You can hook up HDMI or USB. Griffin, absolutely. Lurking is always welcome. So I'm going to have some fun playing with that. It goes up to a 100-inch screen, or display, I should say, but it's recommended at 55. So I'm going to play around with that, see if I can't do some sort of decent background for it with it. Hey, Don G, Merry Christmas, brother. I appreciate you swinging by. So I think that'll be fun to play with. And also for, like little events or, fish club meetings or whatever, that'll be something fun to have around. And then the other thing that I really, really wanted was a decent single strap pack for all of my camera gear and extra batteries and things for when I go out to do videos and whatnot. And it will fit my large laptop and my small laptop. So, if I go, say, to an event, I can throw everything in there to take to the hotel in terms of filming gear and laptop setup. So that'll be cool. Other than that, of course, the kids had a blast, so happy for that. But, just kind of waiting on food at the moment. Don G, thank you. Thumbs up are always appreciated, but if you don't like it, thumbs down are welcome also. It's all feedback. Beaner family, got my daughter a tortoise for Christmas. No fish this year, soon though. Dude, that is awesome. Ed's picking up cichlids. Ed, have you picked up any cichlids for Christmas today? A tortoise. That is pretty cool. I don't really have space to spread out in things, but that's one of those things down the road when I have some more room and move, to a different location and can build some add-ons. Scotty G66, Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. That's awesome. I'm sure she was super excited. Especially if she's a younger one, something like that. Yeah, no, this is actually Tater. This is technically a gun bag for the range. This is a range bag out of the sporting goods section. But I enjoy that because it's got a lot more little features and things that I can have on there. Kapos, hello and welcome. I appreciate you coming by. So yeah, that's actually a gun bag, but I think it'll do well for camera gear. Plus, I've got all different sorts of clips and straps and attachments for this that I can use off of my other range bag. Pet Exotics, Diego, hello and welcome. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. So yeah, so that's oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I put a lot of time and love into my fish, so I appreciate that. I'm always happy when other people get enjoyment out of them as well. Um, oh no, you're fine, Tater. I was just I looked at a couple. I did look at a couple bags that I was seriously like, man, that looks like a purse. There was one that it was nice. It was a leather like single strap messenger bag. Um, but actually, that's just the sad part as well. I was in the store. I had to go online and look at their selection to try and find it because they had bags in like 5 different places. Um, and then this popped up in the sporting goods department. Um, and this was the least pursish thing that I could find. But hey, there's nothing wrong with toting a man purse. I did look at I was joking at one point about getting like one of those huge 5-gallon bags like you see a lot of women carrying. I was like, I could throw everything in there and I could even carry some fish, you know. But other than that, it's just, just another day for the most part. The kids are tearing stuff open and playing, and we got batteries put in the toys. Um, that's always a big thing with the little ones is making sure you have batteries for the electronics. So for the most part, we had that covered. I had a lot of things that I thought took double A's that were actually triple A's. And so a couple things I'm short on batteries for, but we moved some batteries around. Other than that, not a whole lot going on in the fish room. Just wanted to jump on and say hello to everybody, see how everybody was doing. It is a holiday, but it's also kind of just another day. And I don't expect a whole lot of people to show up, given that Corey is streaming as well. Most of the crowd will be over there. But nonetheless, this gives us a little hangout spot. Yes, Tater, I agree 100%. Actually, here, let me swap back over. There we go. Now I'm in where I can highlight. Yeah, how do I phrase this? I guess I don't really need to be delicate about it. Hey, Mr. Zen, hello and Merry Christmas. Even here in the U.S., in various states, I live in Tennessee, which is a fairly accepting state. Kind of like I can have piranha when all of the surrounding states have outlawed them. And they're kind of the same way with their gun laws. Very open, and as much as I hate the term, it's one of the few instances where I would say common sense laws in place. And that's one of the things people don't understand is that criminals go, hey, Apple Icon, hello and Merry Christmas. I appreciate you showing up. Signs don't stop criminals. A sign that says that you can't carry a gun is only going to stop the good people from having one. Apple Icon, I appreciate that very much. So yeah, without going off on a tangent, which I have been known to do on that particular subject, chat open. That's kind of my thoughts on it. If you look at the statistics and you look at the facts versus emotion, I mean, the bad things that happen are of course bad and nobody wants them to happen. But when you take things that are a statistical anomaly and turn them into a major media fiasco and then try and base laws upon that and emotion, it never ends well. Sand Creek, that. I'll put my teeth back in here. Sand Creek Aquatics, hello, Merry Christmas, and welcome to the stream. So yes, that's how I feel. I think that if we had anybody joining this stream, I don't have anybody lined up, but if you wanted to join, you're welcome to do so. I will throw you a link out here, Fish Tropic. Just a second. And as always, I do encourage everybody to check out your fellow people in the stream. Let me drop that there. And let's throw that up there. There we go. Go back to my comments here. Oh, but yeah, totally not fish related, but that's my thoughts on the matter. Yeah, tater salad. I try and not follow the politics, but you know, there were some things, like for instance, we had a bump stock ban go into effect, which gave me two options. I could either hand over or destroy something that I had paid for my own, you know, with my own money that was legal for me to own up until that point. Cody Sun, hello. I appreciate you swinging by and hitting the like button. Always a huge supporter, and I thank you for that. So I had a choice. I could either destroy that, or I could risk a $10,000 fine, 10 years in prison, and a felony charge for continuing to have possession of it. I don't think that was a smart law at all. It didn't really do anything. It was just a bunch of screaming and yelling and doing something for the sake of saying we did something versus helping to solve a problem. So, you know, we have to pander to the thoughts of the sheeple, as I like to say. Fish Tropic, I dropped the link for you if you were wanting to come up. If not, that's cool. If anyone else would like to jump up, the link is there. If you're not someone that I've had around a lot or am 100% familiar with, I just ask that you have a Chicago. Yeah, that would just leave it right. That's exactly it. All you gotta do is say Chicago Fish Tropic, and I 100% with you. Chevy Fish, Merry Christmas to you and hello. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it moved on me. Appreciate you swinging by. Again, for those of you that aren't aware, Sharpies Models and Aquatics is also live if you want to go check him out. No reason we can't have two tabs open and support multiple people. I've got his stream open as well in another window. So that's, you know, I understand the politeness of not trying to step on toes. Merry freaking Christmas, Chewy LTD, brother. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. One of the things, and I've discussed this with some people that are far larger than my channel, tens of thousands of subscribers on their end. And we kind of discussed not stepping on toes. And that person was like, you know, honestly, I'd stream a lot more, but there are all these little channels, and I don't want to be the bad guy stepping on the little guy. But realistically, you should stream whenever you want to stream, and people will go where they want to go. And I think that also helps improve the quality of the stream. It gives competition. Without friendly competition or business competition, where would we be? So I don't see any harm in that. No disrespect to anybody. I never mean to be disrespectful by streaming at the same time as anybody else. But it's just like, you know, Aquarium Co-op is not going to stop streaming on Sharpie's account or my account. You know, same thing there.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Hey, Santa Tropico, how are you?
What's going on? Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas,
hope everyone's
brother.
having a great day.
Let me do this right here. Pull my other cam out. What do we got going on?
Just hanging out for the day, you know, time for some snacks and some grub. You know, if you got family around you, you know, pick up the phone, give them a call, not a text. You know, this is the time of year where you got to get out and make connections. You know, try to stay away from the social media as much as you can.
Right? No kidding. I'm going to plug this headpiece in real quick just so I can hear you a little bit better. Man, the plants are looking good. What do you got, guppies in there from what I'm seeing?
Oh, this tank has been totally nuked. So everything in here is just recovering, really.
Gotcha.
Even the plants, like even the jungle val kind of melted back, but it's coming back. Like all the plants will eventually come back, but I had to nuke it with fenbendazole, flubendazole, levamisole. You
Oh
name it,
man.
man. Camellanus worms ain't no joke. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, man. They say, they're gonna tell you that the treatment for the 3 days with the levamisole is gonna work in like bigger infestations. It's gonna take 10 to 11 days for them to drop all those worms, eh?
Oh yeah.
Right, and then you got to worry about the next 2 to 3 weeks with the eggs that have been dropped in the tank, right?
Right.
So it's like, you could win the battle, you could lose the battle. This is why a lot of people will tell you just to euthanize all the fish, break it down, bleach it, and start over, right?
Right.
So, if you're not really good with medication, I would actually tell you to do that.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely something for the entry level hobbyist. If you're just kind of getting into it and starting a tank and you end up with them, it is almost better to just start over at that point.
Well, and like I said, if you have patience, you could wait out the 2 months. But after the research that I did on this parasite, it can incubate up into in the host for up to 6 months. So it's like I said, you're fighting a losing battle. Really, it's I don't know, man. I don't know very many people that have actually treated this worm. Right.
Yeah. No. Very true.
But from what I know over here, let me show you. I got two little survivors. These were the carriers of the worm. They're in here chilling out. They're actually healthy. They dropped all the worms.
Oh, nice.
I keep them in. I noticed with this worm also, get a quarantine tank and make sure it's bare bottom with the filter you can take out and clean every time you change all the water. Right? Have prepared water. Right? Don't be messing with no out of the tap when you're doing a full water change. Prepare your water. If you want to be a little safe, you can add a little prime to it. It's not gonna hurt. So it's these guys are doing fine. They're clear of worms. They're actually doing well. They're sitting in a meth blue bath right now. I do that for a day, and then I do a full clean of the tank. From what I know, these guys are clean. There's not going to be many eggs in here because I've already done probably 3 full changes with cleans, bleach dips, and hydrogen peroxide sprays. All right, so that takes care of these guys. But I took a huge loss, man. I probably lost over 60 to 70% of my livestock.
Oh man.
So, Merry Christmas to those who don't want to deworm their fish or, spend some time with your fish when you're feeding them. It's one of those things that I'm trying to push through stores, mines, anybody that keeps fish, right now, go on eBay, get yourself some levamisole, get yourself some flubendazole, get some fenbendazole, get some General Cure, get anything you can get your hands on, really.
Right? Yeah. Well, 2 things. One, I'm going to say and as much as we hate to hear this, as people that actually have care for our fish as a living being, but somebody that's new in the hobby, one, they're probably going to look at the cost effectiveness of treating 5 guppies versus just starting over, if you will.
Yeah.
You go, I'm not spending $30, $40, $50 to medicate $8 worth of guppies.
Yeah.
So I've seen that happen a lot. But another thing I was going to say, for those that maybe don't know what you're talking about, which, in the stream we have some decent aquarists, but maybe somebody new that stumbles across this. What do you mean by preparing your water, like for a new hobbyist?
Preparing your water is, having it sit in a clean jug that is water safe, that's not going to leach chemicals into the water as it sits. You can also, really up the speed of curing your water by throwing an air stone in it if you want. If you want that water ready for 24 hours, that would probably be your best bet. Throw an air stone in there. It's going to turn over the water, give it lots of surface tension, releasing all the gases and the chloramines and the chlorine.
Yep.
Some of the heavy metals may still be in the water depending where you live and what your water source may be. And that's where Safe and Prime really comes into play.
Absolutely.
Depending on your application, Safe is probably your most cost-effective way to treat your water. But there's only one downfall with Safe. It's not going to have the slime coat in it, right? Okay. Only the Prime liquid has the slime coat in it. So, that's why it's safe to have both, right?
Right.
So, if you're treating your water, just throwing it in a jug to be safe, I would just let it sit for 48 hours and you're good, right? Just make sure the bottle or whatever it's in is not totally sealed off, right? It needs to be able to breathe the gas off. So, that's prepared water to me. What about you? Same thing?
Yeah, pretty much. I just, for somebody new to the hobby that may stumble across this, I wanted to give them kind of a meaning behind that when we talk about it. The two things I would touch on, one being most water conditioners, and I know Prime specifically, use oxygen when they are treating the water. They will drop the oxygen content. So as you mentioned, throwing an Airstone in there is never a bad idea, because the way that does basically the molecular bonding process of how that treats the water lowers your oxygen level. So I always recommend tossing an Airstone in there.
I don't know if it's just me or if it's me on my end chopping up. I don't know. Can you hear me chopping up?
I was for a second, but I've got you good now. I'm sure we'll hear in the chat if there are ongoing issues. Yes, absolutely. Big City Bet is Amber. Again, hello. Merry Christmas to you as well, and I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully you get to spend some time with JH in one way, shape, form, or fashion.
I didn't hear a word you said. You're in me.
Yeah, I've got you.
It's probably it's probably my connection, because my phone is plugged in. Right, it was almost dead when I joined.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of sporadic on your video, so I'm guessing you're probably correct that it is cutting out on your end.
Here, let me jump out. Let me jump out, and I'll jump back in.
Alrighty. Chevy Fish says, "What is up with all these sick guppies these days? I picked up 3 endlers and one was sick, and whatever it was wiped the other 2 out before I knew anything. Thank God I quarantined. It stopped there." Yes, absolutely. And Pam 54 Punchy, hello and welcome. I appreciate you swinging by. I noticed that as well. This time back into the hobby was my first time getting into the world of guppies, and I think I probably went through 40 guppies before I realized that there was an issue with the source. Just because I was like, man, guppies are supposed to be easy, and I've bred fish, I've kept fish, not had problems like this. And then I finally realized the source was the issue. So I'm very, very picky about where my guppies come from, and they spend a very, very, very long time in quarantine if I do decide to introduce new guppies from an outside source. That being said, I've got well over 100 guppies, including the fry, in that tank behind me, and then probably another 80 or so in the other room, including fry. So I don't have any intentions of bringing in any new guppies unless they are like a special order trio of a fancy strain. And of course, some things that I had talked to Chewy about with the tank we're working on getting set up. But I definitely am not going to be running down to the Petco and getting a dozen guppies and throwing them in any of my tanks anytime soon. So I don't know. Again, this being my first run with guppies, going through the hobby this go around, I don't know if that was an issue years ago. And there is Santa Tropico back with us.
Santa Tropico is back to reporting live to the Fish Fam News. Where's JH at? He's reporting live from the island.
There we go. All right. Oh man, that's gorgeous angelfish.
Yeah. So for Christmas, I actually got a 60-gallon tall.
Nice. Very nice.
So I'm gonna try to breed this marble and this platinum. It's actually a long fin, but living in with these barbs you know, the long fins aren't going to last very long, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you know, and that tank, I'm taking out these long fin bristlenose plecos. I'm going to breed them out in that tank too, because in this tank,
awesome.
everything in here is a predator. Everything.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter. You know, if it dies, the plecos are going to eat it. You know, the barbs are going to pick at it.
Right.
I think the only thing that's not going to bother with it are the angelfish, right? They like live moving targets.
Yeah, well, and I've seen them go a little crazy sometimes too, just depending upon personality.
Yeah.
So yeah. But no,
But
that's
yeah,
I'm loving the mix up of fish there because, as you know, I am a fan of doing things that are a little different.
well, what's crazy to me is I got these Trident Rasboros from auction a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
This fish here, I don't know if you can see him. He's right there.
Yeah, gotcha.
This guy here, and he's been having some kind of I don't know what to really call it. It's like kind of an ulcer of some sort on the back of his tail. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I can't really see
hard
the
to
ulcer.
see this tank. Yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty hard to see it in the tank because, you know, it's pretty dark in this one.
Right.
But you know, I've been up in the water changes in the tank. I've been doing maybe 50 to 40% water changes every 2 days.
Right.
And I've noticed just by doing the water changes, it's been doing a lot better. I'll give it some meth blue maybe once a week just to make sure that the bacteria doesn't spread within the tank. One thing though, with using meth blue, you kind of away from it in like a tank like that. Like I said, it's more or less of a medication to be used in quarantine because it's going to kill all your beneficial bacteria.
Right, absolutely.
But you know, when you have like ulcers, you know, you could probably use Melfix. You know, I'm totally against.
Right.
Take care of like a mild bacterial infection. So, you know, well, I don't know. We're gonna see what water changes in a salt does first.
Yeah, I mean, and that takes care of a lot, you know, and generally, you know, well, not generally speaking, but realistically speaking, you know, medications are not available everywhere. So sometimes salt is all you got. So I think it's nice to see people working with salt, even if they have the option for other medications. That way, push comes to shove down the line. You know, maybe we end up not being able to get medications. You're already well versed in the uses of salt and how to treat things with it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna jump again. I'm gonna go check this Wi-Fi connection because it's chopping up on me again on my end.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm seeing the video on your end, in and out. Hello, Mark, Big Easy Support Group. I appreciate you swinging by. Let me throw this back up here so you got something to look at besides my beautiful beard. Mark, I hope you're having a good Christmas. But yeah, like I was saying with Fish Tropic there, even if you're somewhere that you can get medications, I would highly encourage you to try using salt to treat some things. That way, one, it's just another tool, you know, you can add to the arsenal, and two, push comes to shove, if down the road, you know, maybe laws are passed where we can't get medications, like say, you know, Canada's had that issue. You've already worked with it, you've got experience, and you know what you're doing versus having to jump straight into trial and error when it may be a more critical time. Yogi Bear TV, hello and Merry Christmas to you. I appreciate you swinging by. So yeah, you know, versatility is a wonderful thing. So I definitely encourage that. Let me see what we got going on. Make sure I haven't missed anything over in the live chats, and StreamYard does like to hide things from me. 44 Mag Guy, hello and welcome. Glad to have you in here. So, some of you have joined since the beginning. So, has anybody gotten anything for Christmas that they would like to share with the group? Anything maybe you've been really wanting, or some new fish, maybe? Um, Mr. Zen, I'm sure that Miss Zen got some lovely gifts, so she's probably enjoying those right now. You see, and yes, also for those that aren't aware, we do have Sharpies models and aquatics streaming as well. No reason that you can't have two browsers open and support two people. So there is the link for Sharpie stream that is currently running. Looks like 12 watching over there and 14 likes. So if you haven't, swing over there, smash the thumbs up for him. You know, this is not to quote unquote step on anybody's toes. It's just kind of, it is what it is, with no disrespect to anybody. Here we go. Let's see if Santa Claus bought a better connection for Christmas. Yogi Bear got a light bill. Yeah, I understand how that goes.
That's too funny, man.
That seems better for the moment.
For the moment. We'll see what happens if I move the phone, right?
Right.
You never know. Like, when you're surrounded by water, it's like, yeah, good luck to that connection.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. You know, even when I was working in helping out other stores, when I tried to go live, it was just like a headache, to the point where one of the stores actually got what are they called? Another router, I guess.
Right.
But a booster. It was a booster, right? To boost the signal between all the fish tanks.
Yeah.
And even that, man, it didn't really work too well.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that definitely makes a difference. And if you don't believe it, try putting your phone underwater while you're doing a video chat on Instagram, just to observe how strong water is at blocking signals and frequencies, at least the ones that we're using for what we're doing. I was showing Caleb the other day, like he was talking about being afraid to put his GoPro in water, so I stuck my phone down in the water during the stream, of course, or during the video chat, and then pulled it right back out. But of course, it would freeze when it would get down underwater, but I could hold it like right on the surface under the water, and it would still transmit. But once you got like past an inch, there was no signal getting in or out.
Wow. Good to know.
Yeah, so that's if you're going to try and go live underwater, good luck with that. You're going to have either one heck of a signal or some way to have it corded that's not going to be impacted by water.
You need one of those sat phones.
Yeah, something like that. But I just was showing him because I shoot underwater footage all the time. Of course, I'm not broadcasting it live. Yeah, Zen is catching a nap. Well, she definitely deserves one. She's constantly putting in work all throughout the fish fam. So yeah, she definitely needs a nap. Yeah, there should be a lot of good streams going on tonight. I know Corey from Aquarium Co-op is on. Let me see here. Of course, Sharpie's still going strong. There we go. Sharpie's got 17 likes now. So yeah, I'm excited to hear what Zen got. I know that she will be bragging about what you got her later, Mr. Zen. So, oh, and there we lost Santa again. My apologies. There we go. We'll throw that back up there. All right. Questions from anybody? I don't want to ignore the chat. For those of you that don't know, but I think most of you do. If you haven't gotten your stickers already, and that's not going to want to focus, send me an email, fishroomfever@gmail.com, and I will mail those out to you for free. Of course, send me your address. Yeah, everyone in your neighborhood must be using the internet. Yeah, it's Christmas, so everybody's jam-packed in. So that wouldn't surprise me at all. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. There we go. Oh, no, yeah, mistyped. But, I mean, you get the point. I'll type it again, but fishroomfever@gmail.com. There we go. If you send me your address, I'll send you out some stickers. I'm still doing that. Tunestead, hello. I appreciate you coming by. And Samuel, hello. Let's see. Wow, awesome fish tank. What kind of water is it? That is a freshwater tank. So fairly easy to maintain, a little bit easier than saltwater. And given that I've got over 40 aquariums set up, most of mine are freshwater. But still, I know a lot of people will have leaned towards saltwater given the colors and things of that nature. But I still feel like you can have a beautiful freshwater tank, just depending upon what fish you go with. Chevy Fish, absolutely. Thank you. I don't mind one bit to send those out. You know, you all have supported me, and I appreciate that. The least I can do is mail you a couple of stickers, you know. And as always, I do encourage all of you to check each other out. You know, we've got some people in here that are not in the fish fam community, if you will, but have some really good streams and videos and things of that nature. Tunestead does some awesome cartoon work live of people that are in his chat. So I highly encourage you to check him out. He did, I don't think I have the file on here. He did a cartoon for me. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I may or may not be able to from here. So let's give this a shot. And just keep swimming. No, I don't want notifications on. Let me get to my messages. I may not be able to pull it up from here. For whatever reason, it doesn't like to let me pull my Instagram messages up. Maybe that's just a thing. Maybe it's how it's set up. Maybe it's just me not using it properly. But I can never get my Instagram messages on my laptop. Suggestions, stories, not what I'm looking for. All right, now I will. I'll have to show that another time. But Tunestead did an awesome cartoon for me, and I appreciate that. Morella Wang, Merry Christmas to you as well. I appreciate you coming by. And welcome to the stream. Tell you what, I can probably. No, I can't pull it up on my phone because my phone is what is currently showing the fish tank there. So I will have to show that another day. Tunestead, if you don't care, actually, I forgot to do it when you sent it to me. It was late that night. But I'd like to share that on Instagram and shout you out if you're cool with that. So let's see. We do still have Sharpies Models and Aquatics live, and of course Aquarium Co-op is live as well. I'm probably just going to go for another 22 minutes or so and then jump off and check out Corey's stream because I do enjoy it. But I wasn't going to not stream just because there wasn't an open slot. It is what it is. Again, I'm all for some friendly competition. Not that I'm giving the best content at the moment, but it does help with, competition, kind of up people's game, if you will. So, and like I said, there's no reason you can't be supporting both channels. I've got Sharpies running on my other monitor over here, watching what he's got going on. Let's see. I don't really think I've got any other updates since last night. What we can do here is, actually, I'm going to pull this one off the stream for a moment, move this camera around, and add it back. And so that is the lower 40 gallon below me. Just got my little Tetra mix there. Snowball plecos. See if I can get you a shot there. There's one snowball. So it's got my little snowball colony, There's another one back in there. The watering spike to the left. You can kind of see the tail sticking out. There is a little albino bristlenose on the side of that watering spike. And then I have the Sultan Flecko, which is in the far watering spike. I'm sure you can't see it. I can just barely see the white tip of the tail. And up here, we have our guppies, and more guppies. And excuse the box, it is there just to keep the light from shining onto the camera while I'm streaming. But as you can see, quite a few guppies. They're doing really well. The plants are doing really, really well. I haven't gravel back that in maybe 2 months now. The plants are just growing like crazy, so I've not touched the substrate. Let's see if we can get it to focus on these little baby guppies. There's a little baby. So that's what we've got going on there. I am thinking, I do have some larger bristlenose in that top tank as well. My hope was that they would start spawning and potentially those hormones would help to get the snowballs going. Let me do this so I don't give you motion sickness. And we will put you all on the piranha for a bit. See if I can get this just right for you. It's a fine balancing act here with this tripod setup. And there's the piranha tank. So I think one of the things I'd like to try and do today is I'm pretty much set on moving the salt water to the 45 corner tank I have. Yeah, the piranha, there you go. They are a fan favorite. They are doing well. As a matter of fact, let me see if... All right, I don't have any Hikari pellets at hand, but they do sometimes go for these Tetra Jumbo Min floating sticks. The only reason I got those, which I do use a couple of the Tetra Foods, but generally not one of my preferred ones. But I got these specifically for my breeding jaguar cichlids. That's what the previous owner had them on. So that's what I went and purchased because I didn't really want to take the other foods. I've got them on other foods now. Oh, there's a nice splash. Little piranha feeding frenzy for you. Adventures with Carl, hello and welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, looks like we've got Santa Tropico has joined us again. Let's see if we can get Santa Tropico added and hopefully everything will be good. Hey, did you go tell the neighbors they needed to turn their internet off?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good deal. Good. Yeah, man, that's Wi-Fi is a wonderful and horrible thing depending upon how well it's working at the moment.
Well, if you're using a phone, you should probably go buy a tripod because the more you move your phone, the worse your Wi-Fi is going to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's why what I've got here is actually, move that. I've got it on the base that came with something else and then just a $1 selfie stick I picked up. So that definitely is working better because that's just my phone that I've got in as a guest for that. But
so what's everybody have going on today? Anybody get any Fishmas gifts or what?
I've been asking, but I'm not seeing any Fishmas gifts. I'm kind of surprised. I know a lot of times we say that we don't want, it's kind of discouraged to have relatives buy us fish or whatever, but generally it still happens nonetheless. So I'm kind of surprised we don't have more people getting fishy gifts. Chewy said, save yourself the problem. Do not use Wi-Fi. Yeah, well, with the phone, you don't really have, you could use your signal, I guess, but that may be better or worse than the Wi-Fi, just depending upon what cell phone service you've got.
I don't know, Max. It keeps chopping in and out. Chopping in and out. Like I said, internet today for sure.
Yeah. Well, and that's like your the guppies keep freeze framing and then darting across the screen. Got some beautiful fish in there, though.
Yeah, I got to see if I don't know. Maybe it's just today. Maybe it's just busy hour.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2:00 on a holiday. Probably lots of people. Oh, Thomas C, hello and welcome. Got a python. No more buckets if it works. Oh, that is phenomenal. Yes, that is definitely one of the best improvements you can do for yourself or have somebody get you in the hobby is a python setup. I've got mine hooked to a sink in the bathroom to my right, and that python reaches all of my aquariums. So I actually use it to set my water temperature to what I want it to be at, and then just run it through the python straight to the tank. Yes, no, absolutely. Fish Tropic, I appreciate you coming up and giving it the old college try. Chevy Fish, yes. Fish Tropic has worked with those guppies for a very long time to get them to sit and fetch. So I think he's done really well with training them. Adventures with Carl says, Thomas, aren't you scared you might get bit by it? The python. Yeah. No, sorry. The Python Adventures with Carl, if you're not familiar, it's actually a brand name. Basically, it's what you could equate to a garden hose that hooks up to your sink that has a tube attached to it. Unless you're just being sarcastic. But if you're not, we're spreading the information to allow you to drain water from your tank and then refill your tank from like your sink connection versus carrying buckets. Big J's Fish Keeper in the house, but you may have just been sarcastic. Either way, if not, I know that you're not in the fishy circle, so to speak, so I wanted to clarify that just in case. I appreciate you swinging by, Big J. Sorry, I'm just kind of checking out what Sharpies has got going on. But yeah, like I said, let me share his out again. No reason you can't have an extra window open if you're on a laptop or whatnot. Doesn't hurt to share the love. Yeah, Adventures with Carl. I thought you might just because you. I know you're not like in the fish group. You're kind of still. You're hanging out with us, which is appreciated. But I thought that might have been misconstrued. That's why I wanted to clarify. Not a real python. Just a brand of water hose. No, you are absolutely good. Absolutely good. I thought that might have been what was going on there. But yeah, it's a very, very helpful tool in changing water in the aquariums, which is something we all do fairly frequently. But yeah, let me share his link real quick. Paste that. And then Thomas C says, Adventures with Carl, I've been bit by a few real pythons, LOL. Yeah, that's not one that I would look forward to. Not that I would look forward to any snake bite, but I definitely would be trying to avoid that. So yeah, I'm gonna go about another 11 minutes or so, and then we'll wrap things up. I'm gonna go sit and hopefully eat some food and enjoy Corey for a couple hours. I may be back on later tonight. Hello, Lumpy Dog. Welcome. You are always appreciated when you swing by. There we go. Good luck and Godspeed heading out to the in-laws. I'm hoping that you have in-laws that you enjoy / possibly just tolerate. Some people have phenomenal relationships with their in-laws, others not so much. So hopefully you've got AD from down the wormhole has joined us. Hello and welcome. But hopefully, Lumpy, you've got good in-laws and you have a good relationship with them, so you're not headed into a nightmare. And we also have Susan from SLC Aquatics joining us. Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas to you, Susan, and your family. I hope all is well on your end, and that you're having a wonderful day. Did we have... Okay, I saw Mr. Zen. I want to make sure that the Zen Ginger had not snuck in on me there. But yeah, for those of you that had just joined, Sharpies is live, as well as, of course, Aquarium Co-op. And then we had Mob Guppy live earlier. I am of the mindset that it's not necessarily bad to have multiple people stream at the same time. One, I think it can bring out friendly competition, if you want to call it that, but potentially help to raise the caliber of what's available to watch. The other thing is, Danikin has joined us. Hello. Welcome. There we are. The other thing is, there's no reason, like right now, I've got Sharpies running on a tab over here. I'm watching his chat. I'm obviously not listening to it at the moment. No reason you can't support multiple people if you're on, like, say, a computer. But I think there's a lot of people that would like to stream, but they're always worried about stepping on toes. I can understand that, and I don't mean any disrespect if I stream and somebody else streams, but let's be honest, I'm not just in the fish fam, and I have got, let me see, last I looked, there were 11 people I'm subscribed to that were live. If I only streamed when nobody I was subscribed to was live, I would never stream. Yeah, so I've got, take a look over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 people. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, that's a big list. 13 people that I'm subscribed to that are live right now, including Fish Tropic, who was just with us. And I could be like, oh, Fish Tropic left here and went and started his own live. No, that's not the way I want to be. If somebody wants to go live, I encourage them to go live, regardless of who else is on. So more power to him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull him up in another window. That way I can show him some support while I'm doing what I'm doing. No reason you can't have both going. Go back to the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Lots of Merry Christmases to everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's, some people might get upset. And then there's always, the big guy stepping on the little guy. Well, I may have more subscribers than some of the other people, but several of those people have been around a lot longer than I have. So where I may be the quote unquote big guy stepping on the little guy, I'm certainly the new guy compared to them. So I just think if you want to stream. Oh, wow. All right. Bud Presley, hello and welcome. I appreciate you swinging by. Hey, Tennessee here as well, over in the Knoxville area. Glad to have you in. I don't think I've seen you in here before, so welcome. I appreciate you checking it out. This is just kind of a hang out and talk. Let me see if I can get you pulled up elsewhere here. All right, and there we go. Let me throw a thumbs up over here for Fish Tropic. And smash the like. Like I said, there's no reason I can't support them while I do my thing. I've got to go to my other chat to be able to pull your channel up, good sir. And get this where it needs to be at. Oh, wow, that's way behind there. All right, that's going to take a moment to catch up, so I'll just let that run. Susan, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you swinging by. And again, Merry Christmas to you. And we've got Adventures with Carl. I once handled a snake, and it almost squeezed me to death. Yeah, that's definitely not going to be a pleasant experience. And it looks like Vinoxky has joined us. I did not see you come in. My apologies, but hello and welcome. Oh, there we go. Found it. Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Hopefully you got some goodies and got to enjoy some good food. That's what I'm going to jump off here in about 5 minutes and see how the food is coming along, see if Miss Fever needs a hand. But yeah, I appreciate you all hanging out with me. And as always, I encourage you to check each other out, expand your horizons outside of the normal groups that you would typically go to. You know, Fish Fam, look outside the Fish Fam. There's some really cool stuff going on out there that we can be a part of. And as you all can see and hear, you know, that those communities also come and join in on our community. So it's an ever-growing, intertwined community of sharing knowledge and just good times. So I will always be a huge supporter of that. And we do still have Sharpies live, and we have Fish Tropic live. I'm going to grab his link as well. So if you can, let me drop this in here for you. Swing over there. Give my friend Fish Tropic a big old thumbs up. I appreciate him joining the stream. I know he was having some technical difficulties. He's got 4 likes. Let's see if we can't give him a couple more there. He's a cool guy, and he's got some. He's not afraid to speak his mind, and I can definitely appreciate that. Of course, you know, I try and do it with the utmost respect, but sometimes I say things that are not necessarily people maybe don't want to hear. So I can appreciate him being outspoken as well. Yes, D. Oh, before I get to that, Happy Prepper. Hello, I appreciate you coming in. Good to see you, and Merry Christmas to you. And again, for the record, I'm a Christmas person, so not to offend anybody, but I say Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you as well. And then as D down the wormhole said, everyone must be on the internet. Mine is so bad this morning. Absolutely. Fish Tropic was having some issues as well. We seem to be doing all right over here. Of course, the piranha are all hiding from you, D. But let me do this. I'm going to remove that from the stream and move it back over here and give you something else to look at. There we go. Get you some more fish. Yes, it will be in the description. I'll go ahead and drop it here. It's fishroomfever@gmail.com. Let me get that out of there. Fishroomfever@gmail.com. I will add it to this description as well after the stream gets uploaded back to YouTube. But there is my email address. And there we go, in reference to that. Oh, yeah, that's right, Maryville. Yes, absolutely. I remember talking to you now. Yes. Yeah, shoot me that email, and we will get together on something. So I think that would be fun. Plus, I mean, you're right up the road from me. Somebody else had mentioned Tennessee. Oh, no, that was you. Okay, yes. Yeah. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, if you'll send me that email, we'll get something worked out. I'm always up for collaborating with other people, bigger, smaller, Fish Fam, outside the Fish Fam. Again, I think that broadening our horizons and opening our minds is one of the ways that we can help not only our Fish Fam community grow, but other communities as well. I mean, I think that most of us can say we have at least one other thing that we enjoy besides fish. So why not incorporate those things into our YouTube lives as well versus staying solely focused on just fish people, just fish groups. So there's that email for you. And yes, I'm a huge fan of the angelfish. I will say it was Miss Fever that got me. I really didn't want to get the angelfish at first because I was worried about them being too delicate to begin with some of my other stuff. In terms of getting beat up, but I thoroughly enjoy having them. I now have 2 breeding pairs, and hoping that I'll get a third out of all these that are in this tank. They are just gorgeous fish. I want to get some more plants in here. I'm going to probably redo the substrate, give it a nice deep bed, plant it, and then I think it'll look really, really nice. And then I've got the jaguar cichlids below them. I probably won't redo it just because anything I do in that bottom tank, those jaguar cichlids are just going to tear up. So with that being said, unless anyone has any questions they would like me to address, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream. I appreciate you all spending part of your Christmas with me. Again, I may go live later, but the baby monsters are doing well. The tiger shovelnose is hanging out. See, right there. Angelfish wants the photo op. And then the red-tailed cat, let me see if I can do this without falling out of my chair, is back there where the red tail likes to hang out. So that was one of the cool things. I left the stream run the other day and, just kind of left the camera rolling, muted the mic, and went and sat in the other room, and I pulled the stream up, and the red tail came out and was swimming around after I'd left the room. So that was fun. So I am still working on getting a 24-hour fish tank feed set up. Probably be here in the next month or so. Let's see. Bud Presley, I changed my name to my family bloodline. Someone said it would be easier than Bud's Floor. It was good to talk to you again, Fish Room. Thank you, Bud. Good to talk to you as well. And then Big J, I've got that other one still in quarantine, that Tiger Shovelnose Red Tail Hybrid. We'll leave it in there for a little while longer. But again, I appreciate you all. If you want stickers or you have questions, you want to get together, do some sort of collaboration or a project, I don't care how big or small your channel is. I would love to do that with you. Shoot me an email, again, fishroomfever@gmail.com. But I'm going to jump off of here and go find some food. Merry Christmas to all. And as always, until next time, keep your fish healthy and catch yourself a little fish room fever. Bye, guys. And the button.